Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Um, he did say once that somebody was asking him, like, what's going to happen? He's talking about the changes for the Trump administration, and he says, after like a moment thinking about it, he says, dictatorship. Of course, dictatorship. And I was like, oh shit. But the,
Well,
the that's the thing is it's like it's coming from I don't know.
well,
He says the fate will find you if you find the fate, something like that. That's why I say look at the Adrian Dittman X account because he posts a lot of esoteric shit, and so that's why I say he's like Merlin, like because it's possible, that this motherfucker can like change Germany, America, like beyond belief. I mean,
well,
it
okay,
seems to
so
be
that's
happening.
another thing. These relationships that he's been in, like with Amber Heard, etc. The connection that he had, like it's not that it's just transactional. It's like there are women who see this as such a feather in their cap to have been intimate with the world's wealthiest man that, but his perception, I think, is rather naive in that I don't know that he sees it as these people may not truly love him because he's probably very hard to get to know. He doesn't have a lot of emotional intelligence. So um, the one thing I did read about his first wife, uh, that well, in Walter Isaacson's biography, it was very interesting. They had a really heated relationship, but she had some power. The subsequent women couldn't leverage much power because he was clearly that much, so wealthy by the time he started dating them.
Well, he really loves power. And the Ashley St. Clair text messages were very paranoid, saying, we're entering into like the critical danger zone here, meaning like he was very concerned about like an attack or being sabotaged or something. But I was calling attention to the New York Times, to the New York Post, to Bloomberg, to CNN, saying, hey, Elon Musk is Adrian Dittman, and every night at 7 p.m., 8 p.m., he goes live all the way till 2 in the morning, rambling high on ketamine. I'm talking hyperverbal nonsense. And even other, successful business owners who are on the stage with him, they say, sometimes you're so hyperverbal, no one can even understand what you're talking about, Elon. I mean, Adrian. It's like, people are paying very close attention to what he says, how he says it, how he's acting. Um, I don't know if he's live right now, but like he has since pretty much stopped doing his live streams. And he said, like, this will be coming to an end. Like, I don't think I'll be doing this anymore because it's not good cognitive security. And he has too many people who come up on stage and say the N word, say things about the Jews, other shit. So I'm just saying, like, my treasure trove of recording that I have, you know, been in a total flow state recording this guy, clipping him, and creating live streams about him. I mean, he knows who I am because he has blocked me 20 times. And I'm the only one recording his unrecorded rooms and posting them on YouTube, driving him crazy. And he says, fucking YouTube, fucking imposters, fuck! Like if I post something and it gets a lot of views,
So
like it drives him nuts. I'm psyoping him essentially, or I'm microdosing him to a certain extent. Like I'm roasting him technically, but yeah, it's fun because it connects me with one of the richest people in the world in the same way, like one of these fucking parasites who bear one of his children. He's the host. I'm the parasite.
well, as much as I get disgruntled with some of the things that you do, you have to be careful because you never know what like he is. I don't know. I mean, he can leverage some stuff, so I would be careful.
No, this is freedom of speech. Like he actually doesn't like care. Like he just blocks me and he moves on with his life. But this is like shit that I know is sitting in the back room server of his brain, And he has basically what I have done is I have fenced him in many ways. He can't because people know that Adrian Dittman is Elon Musk. He can't go on Adrian and do live streams and just say whatever the fuck he wants to say anymore because now he's in a position to cause tremendous damage.
So let me ask you a question. How does, like, excuse my ignorance, but let's say he gets an IP address. How do you circumvent him finding you?
He doesn't care about me, and he actually endorses trolling and memeing, so he knows he's like a meme. And even in that last unhinged interview with his sunglasses on, where he's like, "I have meme," like I am the meme. He just doesn't care.
I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna watch this Trump and him interview because I want to see this.
But follow him on Adrian Dittman, and yeah, you just have to like. He does put out interesting stuff, but it is also like. Anyways, you just worry about people's health because I just don't believe. Anyways, it is what it is. To me, it's more like the media thing. It's like who knows what the future is. Who gives a fuck? Like the guy could die of a heart attack on Friday after eating a butter steak. So that's why I say it's like it's just so interesting to record him because he is funny, but it's just like you worry about people like because
So your concern is that he's under so much stress.
Yeah,
He
pretty
could be
much.
gone.
Pretty much. Like he's not doing meditation. He's not doing yoga. I don't think he goes to the gym. Fat ass doesn't do any hip rotations. Like you're so fucking rich, but you can't slow down. That's the whole secret. Is like
Well,
when you get.
this is the thing that people have said about him is that he's a very unhappy person, and his trauma dictates that he is so he's never satisfied. He can't. He's pathologically ambitious, and I mean a lot of people are, but in his case, you know, but part of it seems he seems to kind of revel. Let's say you're the wealthiest person in the world, and people don't seem to care as much as you think they should. So what more can you do? Well, you can polarize the world, and you can build. You can leverage a divide and be divisive, and that's kind of what he's doing. Like, because I think if we all ponder, what would we do if we were the wealthiest person in the world? What's next? He's found what's next, and it's not pretty, but maybe he enjoys, driving people insane. I don't know.
No, I don't know. I just think he's like exposing corruption, and in many ways, like because he's so autistic, he doesn't value money in the same way the general population might in terms of buying things. I think he's like more like in a very high flow state, but also at the same time, if you like luxury and you understand that you're going to die, you have to essentially always try to optimize your behavior. And the fact that you would spend so many hours on X every night having the most irascible conversations, as opposed to like living in luxury, it just makes you think like, maybe it's a waste of time and what he's doing. But anyways, the point is, it's what he's saying and what he's listening to. It's so stupid. There's no real intelligence there. And then basically he shortcuts everything. There's no real investigation. Like he will discard big books and say it's totally fucking worthless, or it's totally stupid. So what I'm saying is it's like the thing is, as like an American, like if you're a patriot and he's German, like to record him having essentially intelligence gatherings, every night, plotting and scheming, and he won. Like he risked a fortune, and if Kamala would have won, he could have been cooked. But I'm just saying the palace intrigue with him and like what is in store for him. is truly amazing because like he could become like a trillionaire. But anyways, the stuff going on at Tesla, like there are they're spray painting swastikas all over Tesla shit and protesting Tesla stores. So he has a huge PR conundrum now. He's like in he's in hot water and like
So is
because the
Tesla
Tesla.
stock plummeting? Is Tesla's stock plummeting right
I
now,
don't
or
even I don't even follow I'm not doing any stock market analysis. I don't even look anymore. But it doesn't matter. That's really bad PR when Tesla is like being mixed with the swastika and Nazis, and it's just bad. Like that's not good. I could see that wiping out easily. 30
did you
billion.
read Walter Isaacson's biography of him?
No, I haven't. I read no. It's so big. It's like how the fuck could I ever read this whole thing?
I read it. I think it's worth reading because, well, I don't know. You're smart enough to know you don't really need Walter's input, but it is an interesting book.
Well, anyways, he goes on and on about his East German family and how they know what socialism and communism is like. Um, I mean, he went to Israel. He took, he put a kippah on with Ben Shapiro and, basically davened. Like, he's aware of violence and, murder and breaking the law. And he is I think he's like a very, he's very German, right? Like, he's very law and order. So, anyways, I mean, I'm just saying, like, it was his destiny, but, you
Okay,
know.
so well, the other thing to ponder is, when if you're the richest person in the world and you've grown up or you've become you've arrived after competing with all these other brilliant people in the tech space, you need something to quote unquote ground you to some degree, which is competition. And that's what I'm saying. He doesn't have any competition except he's embraced this notion of getting behind Trump, and so by default, half the country doesn't like him, and so that's him trolling now is kind of his new endeavor because what else can he do that will give him the kind of toxic stress that he needs?
Yeah, I mean, I think people just report to him because the amount of time that he spends on X, like, is so negligent in terms of managing his even family affairs or educating his child. Um, See, the thing about memeing and trolling, it's essentially it's a clean way to essentially be subversive because you could say, hey, it's just a fucking cartoon. It's a comic book. You never heard of comics? This is not, it's so easy to just say a meme is just a picture with a couple words, but anyways, like they're stripping the government apart, and they're streamlining this thing in the same way that you would if you took over a business. I mean, and you merged, or you did a leveraged buyout or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Like he's actually testing the whole system, saying, "Hey, respond back with an email. Respond back with an email." Like he's trying to figure out like, is there fraud even in the fucking payroll? You know?
No, but what fascinates me is the conversations behind the scenes that he's had with Trump. For example, did he have this conversation where he's like, because Trump, in my impression of Trump is that he has no concept of what bureaucracy really is. So, what's his name comes in and says, maybe initially he threw tons of numbers at him, and then provided examples of people who work 1 hour a day and they're getting paid an exorbitant amount, and just giving Trump this impression that the federal bureaucracy is just redundant and wasteful beyond anything he's ever imagined. And then he provides the solution. I'm gonna help you take care of it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is, problem analysis. I just wonder, like, what are the financial analysts and statisticians actually saying about the GDP, about the growing debt, the interest payments, the borrowing, the debt limit, upcoming omnibuses? Like, what do they actually? I mean, isn't a lot of it just based on faith? I mean, the whole thing is so broke. Fucking $660,000 every citizen owes. I mean, it would take 50 years to even get back to the year 1999. So, I mean, if you look at
Well, what's also being lost in the conversation is that Facebook fired or Meta fired got rid of 1,000 people. It's not quite the number of Southwest. You can't really categorically, these are disparate entities. What is high tech? What is the airlines? The other is the federal government. Those conversations aren't had because people want to point out what's going on with the federal government, and I don't know. The tech people are doing just the same thing, in my opinion.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's the most exhausting thing about life is when you gotta fucking find a job, send all these fucking resumes. Finally, you know what the most amazing thing is? It truly is like going out on a date. You're just going to meet somebody, and you'll hear back. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if you're gonna get action on that first date. So, it's truly like a job interview. And again, I think it always goes back to like how much subject matter expertise do you bring, and how much equilibrium do you bring? How much balance do you bring? How much silence do you bring? So I don't know. I try to spend a lot of time studying philosophy, in order to apply that to my communication, here and in the real world for benefit and gain. Otherwise, a lot of people are just having totally ineffective communication. I mean, there's no reason to have so much communication if you're not actually like making money from it. But the government is essentially all the federal workers. Do you know what they really do for most of their careers? In my opinion, they fill out forms. That's all they're really
Well, that is
doing.
true. That is true.
They fill out forms and that's it. That's a career. That's not a fucking career. Filling out forms. I know you're processing using
No,
software.
I've seen it. I've done part of it. So part of it is also actually it's it's not only filling out PDFs, quite frankly, it's also filing them on your desktop
Yeah.
with all these updated versions of a new version, like a new version of the F11 inventory form, and uh, you know, uh, even at the state level, I saw things where it's like um, we had all these databases for inventory that I had never encountered before, and I'm like, wait, 90%, 80% of the job is is actually this is not what I signed up for. So
It's kind of crazy,
it's
but doctors too, and
oh
nurses,
yeah,
and even
true, that's
teachers.
true, that's true.
So everybody's career, for the most time consuming part, most annoying, laborious part, is technically just doing data entry. So if that's the basis of an economy, I mean, rip it apart. That is a total waste of human talent and human time. There's got to be a better way to communicate, which is essentially like the problem is email. Like if you could just live stream the operation, and I literally mean like, you would use Clubhouse to just live stream your work, because so many of these people who are working from home, I mean, I don't believe the way that Elon and Donald, believe like the whole work from home thing. You cannot, if you're going to actually employ somebody and not cause somebody a lot of chaos in their life and literally give them a real career like they do in Japan, and you're with a business for life, like they don't misappropriate funds, you're gonna actually get your pension because the money's there. If they really wanted to redo America, I mean, like, anyways, I believe in just maximum liberty. So you have to trust the employees of the government, to maximize their personal liberty and maximize the liberty of their fellow citizens. But the government itself is, it's
Well,
bankrupted the country.
one of the things that I was like this database for inventory that I was talking about. it was valuable, and it gave, like, before that we didn't there was nothing tracked. So if you're worried about if you worry about misattribution of funds, um, or misappropriation of funds, I mean, you you uh, you didn't have much to go on, and now you can track everything. Now it's tedious, um, but it was kind of necessary for something. So I don't know. I mean, I couldn't stand it, but it was a necessary evil. And in fact, I remember my cousin, who I talked about, who was one of the biggest fraudsters in American history. Just after Michael Milken, he he embezzled hundreds of millions of dollars. Anyways, don't need to go into the story. The point is, though, that after after the debacle, these companies started auditing corporate America like crazy, because before this incident, anyways, I'm rambling because I'm tired, but he was able to get away with a lot because, excuse me, no one was really keeping an eye on it. He was cooking the books, or had his chief financial officer do so, and the auditors completely missed stuff. And so, I don't know, that was just part of a cultural change in corporate America because of this. His name is, you can look him up, his name is Mickey Monas. He's very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I worked for these Orthodox Jews in the Beverly Hills that did telephone cramming, and so they billed T-Mobile, AT&T, Sprint like $500 million. They made a couple hundred million and left. They fucking moved to Australia, and they made out, but all their partners and a lot of the people involved in that illegal billing practice with the major telephone companies, telecom, some of them went to jail. A lot of them had to forfeit money, but I believe the people that I worked for got off scot free and like are living the good life with a big family in Australia.
Well, anyways, I'm getting tired, but I will look at that interview. I'm curious to see what you do with the Dittman stuff. Sounds very interesting.
It's just sitting there. It's just sitting there. I don't think anything's gonna happen. It's pointless at this point. But it was exhilarating. Like filming it, thinking like, oh my god, like what if what if one of these breaks? Like the thing is, no media organization wants to touch it. Like they don't want to give him any publicity, any credibility, any positive reviews. Like it's amazing how absolutely hated he is. So I don't know. I mean, I think rooting out corruption is good. So I don't know. I'm supportive. As far as I can tell at this point. But anyways, have a great night. It's been fun chatting.
All right, thank you. Good night.
With pedophilia, what did you do that makes you obsess about these matters? You bring up Israel every day, you're not from Israel. You bring up Jews every day, you're not a Jew. You bring up pedophilia every day. Are pedophile, you claim to be asexual, which is often the suppression of sexual desires that you find unacceptable and that the world finds unacceptable. So, Gloria, this is the time, as I mentioned before, for you to get all of this heavy, heavy weight off your chest.
This is your moment.
This is your moment, Gloria. Can you do it, Gloria? Can you show us what a big man you are now? Can you, Gloria? What do you have to say for yourself? Who are you? What did you do? Who are you working for? How do you make your money? Did you do something terrible? How are you so...
How do you make your money?
Thank you.
How do you make your money?
How do you make your money, Gloria? Who are you, Gloria? This is a great moment. We know you've told us before that you like to travel the world. Are you running from somebody? How come you don't live in your home country? Gloria, you mentioned a moment ago that they kill pedophiles, that they execute pedophiles in your home country. Is this what you're afraid of? Is this what you're fleeing? Hello? Hello? Are you okay? Should we do a wellness check? Puria? You want to talk about CBS, NBC again? Or Israel? Or credit cards? Who's the real Puria? Who's the real Puria? Let it out, Puria. You're going to feel better.
Is it me or does Norman's voice sound really creepy right now?
I feel like he's trying to hypnotize him.
Yeah.
And like,
Look
1, 2, 3,
into
he's
my
just gonna
eyes.
find.
Look into my eyes, Puria. Tell us your real name. Who are you working for? Where do you get your money? Why are you hiding? What did you do? What did you do, Puria? Puria. What did you do?
It's turning into a Stephen King novel right now.
Yes, he's like whispering in my ear, and I don't like it.
He's a good clown, by the way. I give him that. Like, he's a good entertainer. Free of charge. He comes here, entertain us. Like
What did you do, Puria? What did you do?
he's such a sick person.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I go to rooms and they're all quiet, and I was like, "Where is he?"
Me or him?
Who, Norm?
You.
Norm?
I'm not. Yeah, you can bring the
It's been an amazing night. Again, it's like the second time that Puria just showed up for like more humiliation than one person should be able to tolerate in a life.
I was just silent. You were just exposing yourself. I don't need to expose anything.
What
You're just
do you mean
exposing
by
yourself.
that's an
It was actually one of the easy
I'm
days.
glad you brought that up. You said exposure. Is that a hint about what you did wrong? Do you expose yourself?
I mean, it takes a lot for somebody to stay calm while you're like going at them with all these accusations.
No accusation.
Takes a lot of
just
self-discipline.
question. It's a question. It's probably breaking him in two. The effort. Imagine he's sweating right now. The other day when we did it, he was crying. I could hear him weeping on the app. It was the most unusual. He was weeping.
I don't know if I believe that.
I'm telling you, he was weeping.
Sorry.
It was a room full of people. It was
Actually, I was
amazing.
laughing in the background. To be honest
No,
with you,
you
I keep
know
laughing.
the difference.
I was laughing at you, by the way.
No,
with
you weren't laughing. It was weeping, Puria. Because I think we touched a
I
nerve.
think you're a good clown. I mean, honestly, like
Thank
a
you.
stooge, like a
Thank you,
buffoon.
Puria. But don't try to put the
It's
tension
not
on
like
me.
a comedian. It's just more like a buffoon, and more like a. Back in the days, there was a clown.
Maybe it's more.
Kings and.
Maybe it's just somebody who wants to uncover the truth about Puria.
You've got the skills to make us laugh, and I actually salute you for doing
Thank
that.
thank you. Oh, you should salute. Do you want to kiss me on the head or something? Puria, you brought that up before. What's with the men kissing men? What is that all about? You asked me to kiss your feet. You asked
Why
me
was
to
it
kiss your
difficult
head.
for you to condemn that guy from Florida? People
Well,
said one
I-
time
I-
condemn
I'll
that
have
guy.
to-
He does
what
not
guy
represent
from
my
Florida?
community. Why
Don't you think we should learn the fact
for you to condemn
you-
the action of a terrorist from your community?
Why when I ask you who you are, do you start talking about Jews?
That speaks a lot about you and your cause and what you stand for.
I have a cause? What's my cause? What is my cause, Puria? What do I stand for, Puria? You said it speaks a lot. What does it say? Puria, it's English. Do you know English, Puria? Have you forgotten it? What does it say about you? I say, hey, Puria, who are you? And you go, there's a guy here from Israel with Florida who's you could have. Come on, Puria. When did that ever work? I go, Puria, what kind of work do you do? There's on Israel and NBC and CBS and all of that. But who's Puria? Who's Puria? Don't hold back. Let it out.
Somebody's getting paid if we know who he is.
Say again?
Is somebody getting paid if we know who he is?
Maybe.
No.
Maybe a donation to the charity of your choice, the initials of which are I, D, and F. What? Are you there? You okay?
Yeah.
Did you
I was
fall
thinking
over?
about you.
Did you fall out of your chair?
I was thinking about
Oh
you.
no.
Okay. You're all right though, right? You're not weeping again.
I think he just flushed the toilet. He said he was thinking about you.
Oh, I couldn't hear this. It sounded like he fell out of his chair. Are you touching your private parts? Is that why you're flushing the toilet?
No, he was flushing the toilet.
You're flushing the toilet. That means you're doing something.
Yep.
Right?
One there and one went down.
Mm. I don't know, Poria. Maybe you're better at this in other languages. Hmm? You thinking about it? Believe it or not, he finally ran away. It was Pepe and I. A very surprising combo, by the way.
Do you always
I've seen that room.
do you always eat dinner alone? Always doing lunch and breakfast and dinner?
Almost never. Why do you ask? What about you?
That's really sad.
What is? What's sad for you? Are you very lonely? Do you have any relationships at all?
Is that why you hate Muslims and Palestinians?
Why would I hate
Because of
Muslims
your
and
loneliness?
Palestinians? I like Muslims and Palestinians. They even invited me to the house. I think I told Edward the other day. When I was in Israel, I met some Palestinian guys in the market. It was like right away, come over to my house.
Do you hate Africans more than Muslims, or you hate Muslims more than Africans? Which one do you hate most? The people of color, immigrants,
Who hates Africans?
ethnic people? Which one do you hate the most? Like African Muslims?
Why would you
From
project?
Palestine?
Why would you
Which one
project
is
your?
like number one in your hate list?
Why would you project your hate onto somebody else? What a sick thing to do. When did I ever bring up pedophilia and Jews? And when did I ever bring up anything negative about a black person or a Muslim or an Arab? Never. What if I said you're the guys who hate Arabs, right? The Persians. Over and over I've said, we're allying with the Arabs, didn't I? Remember the Abraham Accords? That's an alliance with a beautiful bunch of people. Royalty, in fact. You hate them, don't you? You've put down, speaking of hating Arabs, how many times have you put down Saudi Arabia, Korea? Oh my gosh. Dude, why did you wander into this pothole, Korea? Why do you hate Saudi Arabia? How many times on this app have you said how much you hate the House of Saud? One of the great leaders of the Arab world.
Oh my God, Norm, please.
True. It's true.
No, you like them because they have a lot of money.
I didn't even say I like all Arabs and Muslims. However, they happen to be the great leader. Look, Mecca is in Saudi Arabia. Who administers it?
I know. You don't think that Jews should go back to Mecca instead of focusing on Palestine? And then since the Saudis are so nice, maybe they get a lot of Jews back in there?
Jews are focused on Israel. I don't think I'm allowed to go to
Why?
Mecca.
Because they're from there. Like, they taught us from such a young age that, like, Jews, used to live in Mecca. Maybe
They didn't teach me
go
that.
there.
They
They
didn't
taught
teach me
us.
that.
They came from Mecca.
Okay.
But left
I'm
defeated.
willing to
So
read that
maybe,
story.
like,
I don't think that's not what we learned, but I'm
yeah,
willing to
maybe
read your
they should
story.
go back there.
I mean, I'm not allowed to go to Mecca. And I don't blame. I don't know. By the way,
There's a ton of Jews in Mecca. Jews are everywhere.
no, I don't think so. I have no smoke whatsoever with the House of
They were
Saud.
lighting up, what's it called, over there.
What's that?
In Saudi Arabia, maybe not specifically Mecca, but,
Saudi. Saudi I do go to. I
yeah,
love going to Saudi.
the Saudi Arabia is, part of Mecca. They don't have to go back to Mecca.
Saudi Arabia is not part of Mecca, but I do like Saudi Arabia.
Mecca is part of Saudi Arabia, sorry.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Ramadan's coming up. You have big plans? I love Ramadan.
Yeah, my energy is low, very low in Ramadan.
Well,
It's,
it's a good holiday for reflection,
it is.
self-contemplation. It's a beautiful thing. It's one of the many beautiful things about Islam. Is that how
It is.
you want to
And
say that?
I hope the Israelis would let people celebrate their holiday.
Is
And
that-
they
of
wouldn't,
course.
you know.
What do you mean? Of course. Do you know how many mosques there are in Israel?
You know how much? No. I'm
outside
telling
of Israel.
specifically about the Al-Aqsa Mosque. Every single fucking year, they do the same thing. Prevent people from going, prevent people,
oh my
people
God.
from praying.
There's
They
always
turn
fireworks.
people bonkers.
Listen, there's definitely fireworks on Ramadan and Al-Aqsa. You're right about that.
Fireworks? Can we do
I'm with you.
fireworks?
Say again?
Exactly. Let
I
them
hope
pray.
there's none.
I know, let them pray. You know what's
The problem is not the praying. The problem is when they start throwing stones and setting off fireworks. It's on video. That's the problem. You shouldn't be doing that in a mosque. Let's be honest.
Hey, if it's our, we can do whatever we want in our mosque.
Oh no, you can't do fireworks in a mosque. Come on.
Yes, we can.
That's disrespectful to God.
Hey, if it's our God, let us disrespect him however we want.
Oh well.
You cannot
That's up to
police
you.
other people's belief.
I'm not policing.
That's
what you're
crazy.
doing. Okay, maybe I don't understand the culture. To me, it seems disrespectful.
No,
to set
maybe
fireworks.
you don't respect other people's culture. Maybe that.
I do, but the fireworks in the rock?
Yeah.
Really?
That's how
I
people
don't know.
do. I can tell you, like in the old
Really?
Persian culture, fire is actually a god. So
Oh.
these are the different cultures. You don't
Are
know
you
about
saying
them
that the
because-
Arabs worship fire? I think that's
No, I didn't say Arabs. I said
To me,
Persians.
that's idolatry. To me, that's idolatry. I'm not gonna lie.
I hope for Ramadan they'll let the 40,000 people from Jenin and Takar back in to their homes.
Where
That's
are they
so
right
sad.
now? Have they been moved?
Yeah. Okay.
From Jenin, Tulkarem, I think 15,000 people left Tulkarem.
I mean, tell them.
40,000 people left Jenin.
You don't know
It's
about
really
the
sad.
culture. This is a good environment for you.
About worshiping fire? No, tell me
No,
about
we got the
worshiping fire.
Palestinian here. We got people from different ethnic.
Did you know that we regard that? Did you know we regard that as idolatry?
You're just a typical American from New York. What
Really?
Nothing. You know what? Let's be honest.
Really?
You don't know anything.
I don't know.
This
New
is a
Yorkers are not
platform
very
for you
typical.
to educate yourself.
But why don't I know
At least he's
anything?
not from
Seems like
Jersey. That's
right. Thank you. Thank you. God forbid. Thank
was-
you.
I was there months ago. Al Shaba, Palestinian restaurant, very good. At Patterson.
I think I told you I took my kid to a Palestinian
They said they call Patterson Little Palestine.
Yeah, Main
I keep
Street
seeing
is
it.
all just, Palestinian, some Turkish, and then Palestinian bakeries all over the place, all fresh, kanafa and everything. It's so good.
Nice.
But this restaurant, Al Shaba, is one of the best I found in Patterson.
What did you have, or what should I have?
The kofta kebab. Like 100%. Kofta kebab, and if you want to mix them, a couple of chicken kebabs is fine, but 75% kofta.
Very, very,
The
very.
way they make it is unlike anything else I've had. It's amazing.
I'm very happy. I'm happy you had that experience too.
Wow. He wants to say he loves Muslims. That's the way he wants to oppose to my opinion of what I said.
No, you don't have it.
You love Ramadan. You
You're
love the
fucking
Arab
falling.
food.
We know you're
You're
not.
not over the board. Oh,
Gloria, don't worry. Nobody took you.
my God.
To defend against.
You're a little
But you
child, by
can't-
the way. Like, how
and
old
I know
are
what-
you? Like, you
Say
sometimes
again?
you act like fun.
Oh, really? Based on what? Is that coming from a pedophile? You into like 5-year-olds? Gloria? Gloria? Is this thing working? Gloria? Did you lose your signal? What's the deal with this guy with the picture of the black guy and the name Soren? Why do you have a doppelganger? That's German, by the way, Gloria. Do you know that word? You know what that is? Gloria? Doppelganger? It's a good word.
Oh boy, Norm, you got Cynic in the room.
Oh boy.
Can you handle Cynic?
Well, if the past is any prediction, I would say pretty easily.
I don't know about that. I haven't seen.
What's your timer? Let's see how long it takes him to start screaming the N-word. How many seconds?
All right, I won't bet on that, but
No? Okay, I'm going to say, let's see, I'm going to say in less than an hour if he makes it to an hour.
oh, please, that's not even that bad. Like if you said 5 minutes or 8 minutes or something,
What?
you
I
know.
like to bet on a sure thing.
Why are there black people supporting Zionism in Israel?
Sure, of course there are.
Oh, there isn't. We're good.
Of course there are.
There's,
I mean, a lot of people have sense.
so there's people in this room. Can you point out someone?
No, I'm going to let people speak for themselves.
But you just spoke for them.
No, I answered your question. You asked, I answered. Based on my knowledge and information.
Amazing. Norm.
Isn't it? Isn't it?
I know.
I know.
I know.
Did you bring some water, by the way? Borea's getting cooked. He needs to cool off a little bit. Yeah. It wasn't pretty. I was thinking of calling the medics, but maybe they
You just keep talking.
Why
You
not?
just keep talking.
Why, do you have something you need to say?
Is it like, are you just like nervous or something?
Do you have something that you need to tell
Is
us?
this how you relieve like your stress? Is that what?
No. How about you? Why are you here?
I don't know. We're just
Me neither.
wondering why you're still talking.
You're here to wonder why Norm talks?
I'm just going on.
Hey,
for
I mean,
something.
I don't know if you got the memo, but it's an audio app. Did you figure that
So
out?
what? Is that an excuse to just keep rambling?
Well, no. On an audio app, people talk. You know about that?
Ah,
Like you do. Remember when you were ranting the other day about mix-up of Quran and Torah and history and genetics,
you're gonna have to be more specific. It's like
race? Oh, you don't remember?
fields on.
Were you in a
Each
black-
one is a whole field on their own now.
Were you in a blackout when you did this?
I don't know. Why don't you jug up my memory?
No. Maybe if you have blocked it out, maybe it's for your own good.
I mean, you just mentioned genetics and history.
Yes,
and
yes, I did.
Okay, time
Yes, I
out,
did.
time out. I just got
You're
here.
gonna be specific or what?
I've been listening.
Yeah.
You guys seem to have some real animosity towards each other. So, is there a process by which we can start for you to talk to each other with dignity?
Absolutely. We were just discussing Ramadan.
We are
It's time for
talking
Ramadan.
dignity.
Yeah. Let's go back to our discussion about
I just heard
it
indignation.
for Ramadan.
Here, I'm listening.
I'm sorry. What is it?
Yeah. We were going to talk about what people's plans are for Ramadan.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
What
what
are
we're
your
talking about.
plans for Ramadan, Norm?
Say again? What's that?
What are your plans for Ramadan?
Well, I'm not Muslim, so my friends are doing stuff, but I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
How about you? Any plans? Gonna visit family?
You realize Ramadan is a month, right?
I sure do. Do you realize that?
I do.
Okay.
I
So
just
why did you-
stated
why
that
did you ask
Ramadan
me?
is a month.
Right.
Norm,
And
I
so
literally
what are your
just stated
plans?
that it's a month.
Right. So what are your plans?
My plans is to fast. That's
Okay.
usually what you do in Ramadan.
And then you also see family, don't you? And then you have a nice meal at the end of the day. You know about all this stuff, Mikhail? Do you do that in California?
No. I know you
No,
live
no.
in a very white kind of society, and you're a
I
white
do.
person, and you
I
probably
do.
see your family maybe like once every year,
Once.
twice a year.
Few
But
times a
I
week?
see my family almost on a weekly basis.
Oh, your family lives in California?
Yes, I have.
Oh. Oh, okay. I used to hear you say that you were from someplace else, but that's fine. I get it.
And yet, I'm sorry, Norm, where are you from? Are you from somewhere else?
Sorry,
I'm just asking you a question.
When you were not here,
Oh, but you're not from somewhere else?
Norma was talking about you, Mikhail, just to.
So you are from New York, right?
What
It was
did I say?
backbiting. You
What
were
did I
talking
say
about
about
him.
Mikhail? Oh,
It's
yeah,
not fair.
Yeah, I said that he said the N-word like 1,000 times.
It's not
I did say-
fair to talk about
Yeah.
people's behind
Yes,
back
it
if
is.
they're
No,
not
facts.
present.
Listen, truth is
Don't
truth.
do
right?
that. Please don't
Truth
do
is
it.
truth. I mean, no one's lying.
Truth is truth.
I
Is that
do.
right?
I already told you, didn't I?
Wait, it didn't happen?
It did happen, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm not lying.
It's wrong to talk about people
No, I
behind
think
their back.
it's wrong to say the
Don't
N-word
do that.
1,000
Don't do that.
Why is it wrong?
Why? Well, I
Why
just
is it
think
wrong?
I think it's racist.
Oh, so like racism is wrong, right?
I think so.
So this notion.
Do you think
of
it's wrong? Do you agree that it's wrong?
I do believe.
What is
it's
wrong?
Then why would you scream?
People talk about
Why would you
behind
scream the
your back.
N-word
Hey,
over and over again?
So
Why
I was
why
screaming
would
it,
you?
but
Well, you
some
were.
people.
You might have
some
lost
people need
control
to-
a little bit.
No, we're never losing.
I think you did. I mean, and by the way, this room was filled with black folks who heard you do it too.
I
Virginia
totally
was-
heard me, dude. Why are you acting like I'm trying to hide it?
I'm not. I'm just Puria was sort of trying to deny it, I think, for a second. Because he's a liar, let's face it.
I said it's wrong to talk about someone who's not present. Backbiting. You're not supposed to do that.
Racism.
You can say to him now.
Racism doesn't
right.
just have to come in the form
No.
of racist slurs, right?
Doesn't have to, but it certainly does.
Okay, so racism,
Right.
for example, can come in the form of an ideology that is disparaging to an ethnicity.
Well, that's a little bit abstract for me. That's a little abstract for me. I mean, that's a little abstract. Now you're getting into philosophy. I'm just talking about a person
No.
who screams the N-word at black people.
I'm just saying, Norm.
I know you are.
When you have a theology that believes that that introduces concepts like the curse of Ham, for example, you would say
Right.
that's a racist theology,
Right.
right?
I don't know. It sounds like you're trying to wriggle out of the fact that you scream the N-word. Wait. So when you scream the N-word at the top of your lungs,
what I said. No,
At
I
black
admitted
people?
what I said.
but why did you do it though?
told you.
You didn't say
do
why
I really
you
need
did
to
it.
repeat why?
Yes, because I didn't hear it the
No
first time. Why
problem.
did you do it?
Let me again, please.
Okay.
After I answer this question, you should be good and never ask me this question again, right?
Well, I can't promise you that.
Oh, so you have amnesia.
No, I don't have amnesia. I'm just
So you just-
baffled by the racism that you displayed by screaming the N-word at black people.
I think when black people support and butt into a business that they know nothing about and they're simply there and they don't know their place, then yes, they need to be reminded.
What is their place?
Because they have enjoined in a form of racism, and so and I want them to put them in the position. So just an eye for an eye.
What is their place? You said black people should stay in their place. What place is that? They don't
Everybody
have
should
to have
stay in their
an
place. Yes, you have your own demographic. You have your own issues.
You can't say
You shouldn't be discussing. You
What's
shouldn't
that
be
again?
Discussing and enjoining into a racist apparatus like Zionism. Absolutely.
Did you say enjoining?
Yes.
So, okay, I don't think you meant enjoining. So you think black folks can't have an opinion? Oh, so they're going to call them the N-word?
An opinion that should, if you're going to talk about Palestine, you better have facts.
According
Not just an opinion.
when you say better, or what?
If you're going to start, calling for the ethnic cleansing of Palestinians, or calling
I didn't hear anybody
terrorists,
do
or
that.
calling in general Arabs barbaric,
Or what? Or what are you going to do to them, Mikhail? What happens if they do that? You're going to scream the N-word at them?
Oh, you exactly.
Oh, that doesn't sound like, that sounds pretty racist.
It is.
Okay, so why are you racist?
Because they're being racist. Do we
I
need to keep
see.
repeating this over and over again?
No. So you're justifying your bad behavior with something that you're projecting onto them.
If they do bad behavior, yes, an eye for an eye.
So-
That your theology is literally based on that concept.
I don't think you know what it means though, and that's one of your huge problems.
Do you know what it means?
Yes, I do.
Can you
Want me to explain it to you?
Yes,
Sure.
I just
What it means is that if you injure somebody accidentally, then you are to compensate them for the value of that injury. If you injure them yes, really. And if you injure them purposely, then you are to be punished. Now you should write that down, and you should hang on. You should never again scream the N-word at black folks.
please.
Hang on, I haven't finished. You should write that down, and then never again scream the N-word at black folks because you have a different opinion than them. Because it's fucked up, Mikhail.
Because it's fucked up. So again,
Yes,
can we go
that's
back to
correct.
the eye for an eye? So what? So if
Well,
someone
so will you now promise?
intentionally done
Will you now promise to stop
what?
yelling the
Can
N-word
you
at
just
black folks?
answer the eye for an eye, please? Because I
Well, we
didn't
haven't
understand.
finished. Okay,
But I didn't understand. I missed that.
I understand that you didn't understand, and that might be one of your big problems in life. Is that you think you're some sort of,
since you're so charitable and
you think you're such an avenging angel
Okay, but
that
since you're
you can verbally beat up on black folks with the N-word. But I think it's fucked up.
Are they getting beat up on? Okay.
Well,
Anyway,
do you scream the
can
N-word
we
at
go
them?
back
A
to
lot
an
of
eye for an
people-
eye because you said something.
A lot of
So you
people
said if
have verbal
someone
abuse.
intentionally assaults you or harms you, so is that specifically physical or can that take other
So if
forms?
a black person holds a different opinion than yours, you think you're being verbally assaulted? Miguel, you have to really.
But do you think
Miguel,
that's what happened?
Well, that's what you just claimed. You said they got into the business. It's none of their
I
business.
said they enjoin into an ideology like
Yeah, you don't mean enjoin, by the way.
racist. No, I am
Okay.
saying enjoin.
So you can scream racist epithets at somebody if you
No,
disagree
you
with
not
their
know what
ideology.
enjoin means. Like a
Yes, yes, enjoin means to prevent. Doesn't mean to join if you thought it meant. It's illegal.
Really?
Yeah, really. I'll read you the definition. But let's get back to you justifying your screaming the N-word at black folks because they have an ideology that you don't like. Why do you feel that you're allowed to do that?
I already told you, like, I'm not gonna repeat myself. So can we go back to the eye for an eye concept, please? So can harm just come? But can you please? I already answered.
No, I think I explained it. I think that.
Well, I'm asking you an additional question.
Well, I know.
I'm asking you an additional question.
You can send it in the mail.
I'm asking
your
it to you
total
right now, since you're interested
Yes.
in engaging with me. So I'm just
Yes.
asking it to you right
I didn't
now.
say I was interested in engaging.
Well, then you can. Then maybe you can stop rambling then.
I can do whatever I want.
Okay, and I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, because we're not in.
So,
we're not in a Hamas tunnel.
Since
We're not in a Hamas tunnel right now, are
Of
we?
course, and we're not in an Israeli prison either.
No, we're not. But I'm not telling you what to do, although I'm saying that you shouldn't be
Well,
racist.
I'm just asking
But
a
you-
question.
you
I
think
mean,
you
whether
could
you
be
want to
racist.
choose to answer it or not is.
I already told you.
But
I chose
in
not to.
general, it's fine. I don't have to speak to you, Norm. I can speak
Oh,
to
that's
the audience
fantastic.
as a whole
Okay.
and the
Nice.
stage as a
Okay.
whole. There's other people.
You have a good Ramadan. You have
No
a peaceful
problem.
Ramadan. Okay, enjoy.
You
I
have
hope
to
you
do
have-
whatever you do.
Okay, sure. I will. I know you're ignorant of who I am and what I am, and I've given you your Torah lesson for today, maybe more
You
another time.
you don't know the Torah, Norm, or you wouldn't be fornicating.
Oh, I'm not claiming to know the Torah. I just said I gave you a Torah lesson.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
No problem, Norm.
My
How old
pleasure.
is this picture again, just for the audience and everybody?
You'll figure it out.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Mikhail, who is the guy on the profile? Is it the Ashkenazi terrorist guy in Florida? Is it the same
Oh,
guy?
there we go again. There we go.
I'm just talking.
This is what.
the
No,
guy.
I understand. No, this is.
But I thought you were gonna go.
This is. No, I didn't say that.
You're not
I said you
leaving?
should have a good Ramadan. No, are you leaving?
Can we
No,
just talk about the?
But
I just
This is
want
what-
to talk
This is
about the
okay.
concept of an eye for an eye, Norm. Like,
Well, we had that lesson already.
It's
well,
think about it.
see, I mean, I want to speak to it in general with other people. Like, is that
Well, go ahead if you want.
Yeah, so I was just wondering, guys, like when we speak about an eye for an eye, do you
Guys.
mean like specifically this has to be physical, like this?
Hammurabi's
Harm?
code.
Yeah, or does it include other forms of
Okay, we should read Hammurabi's code? Let's look for it. I have a better idea. Eye for an eye. Hammurabi's code. No, I don't really want to do that. Before you came in, Mikhail, we were talking about who Puria is and what did he do and why he's obsessed with pedophilia and Jews.
No, we were talking about the problem that he had to condemn that, the people.
No, we weren't. You tried to
that
switch the
terrorist guy.
You tried to switch the conversation to that.
No, you had problems condemning that.
Remember?
Ashkenazi
Okay,
terrorist
I'll
guy.
refresh your memory.
Actually,
We
you
were-
know what?
Ah,
The same
okay, I'll
photo.
refresh your memory.
You can refresh your
We
memory.
were talking about working from home, and then you brought up pedophilia.
Yeah, I was talking
And then I was saying,
about.
why did you do that?
No, I was talking about that Ashkenazi terrorist in Florida. You can see the
we
photo.
weren't.
This
No,
white
we weren't.
Ashkenazi guy from
And then
Florida.
if you remember, Puria,
I
I
wanted
asked
to
you,
murder two
I
Palestinians
asked you
because
how
of
come you were
Palestinian and the fact that you have
Why-
problem condemning.
why do you guys,
Israel.
I wasn't even having to talk about that. But we were asking you, Puria, why you bring up pedophilia and Jews every day. And then you tried to switch it to some news story that had nothing to do with you. And then I asked you a few times, Puria,
Why are we going from?
was saying,
So,
I asked you a few
so an
times.
eye for an eye, does that only include physical?
I asked you a
Include
few
verbal.
times, Furia. You
I was
already asked
wondering
that
if
question.
anybody had an issue when interpreting
Okay,
eye for an eye, taking
we already
verbal.
moved on from that.
Okay.
Mikhail.
No, I
Mikhail.
think
Yeah,
but
no,
I
no,
want to talk
you're
about
a little
this.
late
I
to
want
the
to talk
convo.
about this one.
Well, I know you want to, but we're having a different.
We
No, but I'm interested in talking.
No, actually, hold on, Nicole, we wanna
I
hear about that.
absolutely-
I understand.
But do
We
you
were
know what
asking
everybody
Furia.
here in the room thinks?
Yeah,
Have
I
you gotten
understand.
consensus
I understand
from
that.
everybody in
Well,
this
I have an idea.
But I believe I actually have a stronger consensus.
Try reading the room.
I have a really good.
I actually have
Yeah.
read the room and I feel like
Have you
I'm
really?
more
So
interested.
this is the rule. So we were talking about
I would.
Furia's
But
obsession.
I'm
with
talking about
Jews
an eye
and
for an eye, Norm. But I'm
I know
talking
you
about an
are.
eye for an eye. And
I know, but I'm talking about Furia and why.
But
Why
I
is
want
he
to talk
hiding?
about
I
an
have
eye
a
for
fun
an eye.
activity.
I understand that. I want to know why Furia hides his identity.
I don't know. Yeah, he can do whatever he wants. He wants to be Batman.
He can
be
totally
Batman.
do whatever he wants, and I'm asking
Yes,
him
exactly.
what he's
So
doing.
who cares?
I'm asking
Why
him
does it
why.
matter?
Are you covering?
I
I'm
mean, do you
interested.
think it's a smart idea?
We're-
Do you
I have a
think
fun
it's a
game
good
that
idea to
everyone
be
can play.
revealing your identity online? I mean, look at you, Norm.
Are you covering?
You don't even hide. You don't even hide it.
I don't do
It's
it.
so
You want to know why?
embarrassing. It's just-
You want to know why?
Do you guys want to have fun?
Nothing. Because I have nothing to hide, Mikhail. Think about that. That's
I just
why
want to know, like, how does your
So
hair...
now that you understand why I don't hide,
No,
It goes from a fro to the current hair.
Sasha, I'm here.
You
Sasha.
recently planted hair.
So now that we know why I don't hide, why don't we talk about why you and Furia do
I think I
hide?
have your other picture here somewhere.
What are you hiding? What are you hiding? Okay.
Well, my game will address this if you guys play it.
All right, let's play the game, Sasha. Let's play the game.
Okay.
Oh, here it is.
The people that are having disputes with each other,
Yeah.
just it would be lovely for you to state exactly the caricature that your opponent has of you. So you just throw it out
So
there.
guys, can you guys, how about,
Does that make
someone-
sense?
Sasha, do you have a keen eye on, like, people's age? Like, can you do that? Is that a thing?
No, I'm not that.
So you can't tell, like, if someone's in their 40s or 50s or, like, 30s or something?
35 to 65.
Okay, so
Pretty hard to.
what do you think the man
You know
in
what I
my
love, Cynic?
PTR? How old do you think the man in my PTR
Cynic,
is?
are you a little
No,
bit
no,
cynical?
Norm, I'm not talking to you.
Hang on,
I'm not talking to you.
Listen,
No,
I'm
Norm,
talking to you.
Norm.
Cynic,
Please, I'm talking to Sasha.
No, that's typically happy for that, I can say. Cynic, I'm very flattered by the fact that you like to say.
No. I don't need you to be flattered. I need you to allow me and Sasha to continue our conversation.
Do you want me to autograph that for you?
It's not proper decorum.
Cynic, would you like me to autograph that for you?
Spelled right into the trap, dude.
Do you have a whole
If you hear
collection?
two people discussing, you'll just allow them to continue their discussion.
So do you have a collection of pictures of
So you're very interested in interrupting us.
Mikhail? Do you have a lot of pictures?
I don't know. I'm
of me?
fascinated by you, Norm.
Are you fascinated by me? Okay, tell me what fascinates you about me.
But can I deal with Sasha, please?
Yes. No,
Thank you.
you can't like that.
Sasha, like,
I'm gonna say no.
What
Guess
age
what,
do you
Mikhail?
think the guy might be?
So, Mikhail, neither Sasha nor I are
No?
interested
I'm
in what
someone
you have
else.
to say.
Sasha, you're not interested?
No.
Well, Sasha can speak for himself.
Nobody's interested.
Okay.
He already said no, but you don't listen
Guys,
to me when you ask
Go
questions.
ahead, though.
Yes,
You
way
talk-
better again.
He already said he wasn't interested,
I'm
Mikhail.
wondering, if he says, like, he
Because,
doesn't know,
Mikhail,
or he can't estimate the age of the guy.
Is it time for you to start screaming the N-word again, Mikhail? Are you gonna start screaming the N-word?
That
You remember yesterday,
train
Mikhail?
already passed, Norm. That train
No,
already
it didn't.
passed.
Do you remember when you started
So what
calling
do you
the
think,
woman?
Sasha? Like, what
Mikhail?
age would you estimate?
Mikhail.
Seriously,
Mikhail.
you guys are behaving worse than
Like
females.
50
Yes, Mikhail.
Yeah, but he's like triple my age, though, so that's the problem.
Well, not really. No,
Yeah.
Mikhail.
What do you think?
You know what offended me, Mikhail?
What do you think?
What offended
What do you
me?
think the
What
estimate? Just give it an estimate, Sasha. Just give it an estimate. The guy in my PTR. How old is the guy?
What offended me is when you
How
called
old
the
is the guy?
woman in my PTR the N-word.
I would say
offended by that.
70s. I would say 70s.
I'm
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
So,
Okay. I mean, gray
you know
hair,
what
like
I
a
find
very receding hairline.
Yeah.
Like
Do you-
okay. Okay.
do you know what offends me,
So
Mikhail?
I would say,
I would say what offends me is
I would say
you
like,
I would
the
say past
N-word
the 70s. Just to be
over
fair.
and
okay, I could give it a 70.
That offended me.
Now,
Are you-
what would you
are you
think?
yourself,
PTR, the
okay?
guy in Norm's PTR, how old is he?
long?
What's
How long
the
until
age?
you start screaming the N-word?
I'm just wondering.
How long is it gonna
Maybe
take you?
late 40s?
Mikhail, are you
Would you
getting
say
close
late
to it?
40s? I would say late 40s,
Mikhail,
right?
are you
Early
getting
50s?
Are you getting close to screaming?
Yeah.
No, Mikhail.
So I guess the
Mikhail,
difference
I'll
between
ask
our
you a question.
between both of the age of both of the guys in my PTR in the PTR is that respectively whether it's Norm or mine or Norm.
Mikhail, do you still feel like you're
I would say
calling
they're
that woman the N-word,
over almost
Mikhail?
2 decades, right?
Mikhail,
you would
why
say
are you here?
correct. You would say 2 decades,
Mikhail.
right? So
That's correct.
Mikhail, do you want to
yeah.
start screaming the
So
N-word?
this kind of makes
I
us
think
wonder
this is
here.
funny.
Does the woman
Mikhail,
in Norm's
are
profile
you
like
gonna
an
scream the
old
N-word again,
love
Mikhail?
affair? Is this someone you used to date or
Mikhail.
something?
It's
Or
a
is
good
this
point,
someone
actually.
that you currently date?
Mikhail,
I
do you
wonder.
remember when you called
So
the
that
N-word the
means
other
that
day?
you've been with this person. Either you're still with this
Mikhail, I'm
and
asking you a
I guess we'll
question.
let you pass.
Mikhail, I'm
Showing
asking you a
around
question,
someone.
Mikhail.
If you're not with this person, I mean, this is creepy as hell, Norm.
When are you
This is
gonna
very
start
creepy.
screaming the
If you're
N-word
not
like you
with
did
this
the other
person,
day?
Norm,
I have
this
another
would be
question,
very
Mikhail.
creepy. So I'm assuming
Why did you call her the N-word?
now with the age discrepancy between both of our PTRs, this
Mikhail.
indicates that
Why
you've been
did you
with
call her
this
the
person for over
Why
20
did you call her
years,
the
Norm.
N-word, Mikhail?
Almost over 20 years. So
Mikhail,
at this point,
why did you call
it
her
just
the
kind
N-word?
of makes me reflect. Is this
Mikhail, you're
person actually following the
Mikhail,
Torah?
you're
Does this
getting
person
louder and
actually
louder,
practice the
Mikhail.
religion?
You're
It
getting
makes me
louder
wonder,
and
how does a
louder,
person
Mikhail.
stick with a person for 20
Mikhail,
years?
you're
Because you
screaming
have
into the
expressed to
phone,
us,
Mikhail.
Norm, you have expressed
Mikhail,
I'm
Mikhail,
simply,
you're
as a
screaming now,
person
Mikhail.
who actually comes
Mikhail,
from
you're
a
getting
Judean
frenzied.
stock,
Mikhail, I'm
are
gonna
much
lose
higher.
money on you in a second, Mikhail.
I'm just saying, as someone who's more familiar with
Mikhail,
your
we will
religion
both
than
play
you,
sex on you,
I'm
Mikhail.
just trying to
When
give
are
you
you
some
gonna start
advice. I'm
screaming the
telling you, like
N-word?
20 years
Mikhail, I already
being with
gave
a
you the
woman
advice.
and not
You know what I
married
should say?
and
You know what
not-
I expect you to do?
and fornicating is not good because
not
you're getting
fornicating.
to a
I
point
only
that
want you to do one thing.
I don't
Mikhail.
think
If
you
there's
have a decade
If
left
there's
in
one
life.
thing
I
that you
really
do in
don't.
life, Mikhail,
I think
is
maybe
follow.
max you might have a
If
decade and a
there's
half.
one thing that I want you to do,
I'm
Mikhail,
just saying,
it's only
it
one
is
thing.
time to get straight with
Stop
the stuff,
screaming the
honestly,
N-word.
from a believer. I'm just telling you.
Mikhail, all I want you to do is stop screaming
I'm
the
just
N-word.
saying,
Would you do that
I
for me?
don't want you to die meeting
Mikhail, it's Black
with,
History Month.
and you're like, I had a
You make
girlfriend. I was just
Make this
messing
a good
around.
deed.
It's
I tell you
not
what,
good. It's not a good look.
If you stop saying the N-word,
I'm just
I
saying,
will donate
Hashem-
money. I will
Hashem
donate
is all
money
about
to the
showing
charity of my
fornicators.
choice.
Hashem will stone
You know what I'm gonna
like
do,
he just tells you
Mikhail?
he likes to start.
I'm
I just
gonna
don't want you to get
donate
stoned.
$1 to the idea every time for every
It
time
was
you say the
advice.
N-word.
I'm just giving you advice.
I'm gonna say that
I don't think you
1,000
got a
times that
decade.
you said the N-word.
You know, maybe you're
From
lucky
now
if you
on-
get a decade and a half. I'm just
From
saying,
now on,
at this
I'm
point,
gonna donate $1.
at
the
this point,
idea
you should be
every
thinking about
time
it.
you
You
say
should be
the- I'm
considering
writing
the
this down.
afterlife.
And I'm doing it in your name, Mikhail.
And also,
I'm gonna donate.
out
Here
of
it is.
respect for the woman.
Okay,
out of
now.
respect for the woman.
Now I'm gonna now.
It is time.
The more you
Tie the
talk,
knot.
Mikhail, the more money I'm donating to the
Maybe
IDF
convert her
in your
to
name.
Judaism.
Well, you know what? One thing I won't ever
the more
do.
you're gonna donate money to the IDF.
That's
So if I
correct.
keep
One thing I
talking
won't
from
do
here
is
to
I
like
won't
2
scream the
hours.
N-word.
But what is this going? Like, is this based
can
on every
count on
word
me
I
for
say? But is this based on every word I say, and you're gonna pay like how much?
Mikhail,
What can
if
you
you
answer?
stop saying the N-word, it'll be a good deed for Ramadan. You should
No
stop
problem.
it now.
No problem.
Okay,
I'll
you promise to
try.
stop?
I'll try.
No, I want you to promise. There's no
Why?
trying.
What
To
does
try is
a
to
pride
lie.
promise to you? Why does a pride promise to you?
Say again?
What does it
You're
matter?
gonna promise now to
you?
stop saying the N-word? Shut
I
that
mean, I'm
up.
just saying, who are you for me to promise to you anything?
You know who I am.
Who are you?
You know very well who I
You're
am.
just a fornicator who's about to die.
No, I'm none of those things. So will you not promise to stop saying?
Are you married, Norm?
Mikhail, don't change.
Are you
yourself.
married? But you literally were telling
Mikhail.
us that like a week ago that you have a girlfriend and.
Yeah, but I
So
never
I'm
said I was
assuming
a
this is the
fornicator.
girlfriend. I'm assuming this must be the girlfriend, right?
Well, you have a lot of assumptions, Mikhail.
Oh,
Does that mean to stop saying
but then
the
Norm,
N-word?
if she's not, then you're just a creep.
Okay, will you stop saying the N-word,
Like,
Mikhail?
but I wouldn't be
I want you to
posting a
promise.
picture with my ex-girlfriend on this on a social media app. Like,
do you have
that's
girlfriends?
just creepy.
Do you have girlfriends? No?
What
are you talking about?
So
do you promise to stop saying the N-word?
I
You
don't
don't?
like to share.
Oh, me neither. I'm not sure why you like to.
I mean, you did share a lot of information.
Oh, so you do like to talk about my sex life, but not
I'm
yours?
just asking you.
Okay, so let me ask you.
So
Okay, you go
sharing
first.
it. I didn't ask you if you have a girlfriend.
Okay,
You're the
but
one
you're
who's
bringing
told
it up.
everybody I have a girlfriend, and
You're bringing it up. You have pictures
look
on
at
your
me.
computer.
I have a girlfriend. You're sexually
I never said look at
frustrated.
me.
I got a
We're just
girlfriend and you
talking.
don't. I mean, okay. I was like,
I never
really?
said you don't have a
But I'm just
girlfriend.
asking you, is this your
I never
girlfriend?
said that.
But is this your girlfriend?
So is that a promise, Mikhail?
I'm asking you, is this your girlfriend?
No, I asked you to make a promise to stop
I
saying the
told
N-word
you
for
for
Ramadan.
me to make a promise to you.
Is that too much for you to ask?
Yes, that is too much.
So you refuse. You insist on remaining a racist.
Yes.
Okay.
Can we move past that though?
That's really sad. I can't.
Okay, but I mean, you can't do anything about it though, Norm.
Well, I can deplore it. I can
That's
try
okay.
to ask you to stop.
And you've already done all those things, right?
Yeah, but maybe
Okay, so
I
it's
can
pointless
get you to
continue
change.
to push the issue, right?
Because you know Ramadan is coming and
Oh,
it's a
so
very
you
spiritual
mean-
time.
You mean, we should continue pushing on people in hopes that they would change, right?
No, I think before Allah,
Okay, so that's what
I
I'm
think
doing
you
with
should-
you, Norm.
I
But
think
that's
you
what I'm
should
doing
stop
with you.
being hateful.
So I'm pushing you towards,
Okay.
aligning yourself with the Torah, abiding by the
But
commandments
you
of
haven't
God.
agreed yet.
And
But
then,
you've already. But you're not being right.
Either you marry the woman, or you halt sinning. That's what you should do.
Okay. But you're not being righteous, Michael.
But can you promise Hashem that you won't sin, that you would abide by the commandments? Norm, I will promise to stop saying the N-word if you promise